Jack McNamara is too young to understand his father's courage. All he knows is that Dad was a firefighter. To New York City, John McNamara was a 9/11 hero, his life honored by hundreds at St. Patrick's Cathedral, where McNamara's funeral took place. He was the first on the scene at Ground Zero to save lives, but he lost his own battle to cancer, aged just 44, a victim of his own bravery. Around 100 Ground Zero recovery workers have died of cancer, with a further 600 diagnosed with the disease. Sally Reaganhart's son died in the 9/11 attacks.
I and the other families of the victims are really devastated that so many of these valiant firefighters who struggled to find my son and to save others, now they're paying the price.
City, state, and federal officials have not acknowledged a direct link between the cancer cases and Ground Zero toxin. Congress has yet to approve a 9/11 health legislation calling for federal financial coverage of health costs for rescue workers. John McNamara spent about 500 hours at Ground Zero aiding in the rescue and recovery efforts. Nearly 8 years on, as you could tell, this site is all about rebuilding. But as the hole in the ground grows smaller, we come to find the list of September 11th related deaths is growing longer and longer. Retired police officer Mike Valentine has had 4 biopsies for a precancerous tumor in his throat, and he takes 15 pills a day. He calls 9/11 America's Chernobyl.
The people that will die from these illnesses will surmount the amount of people that were killed in 9/11. I am talking about thousands, tens of thousands of people that will come down with cancers.
Valentine says he worked roughly 200 hours at Ground Zero wearing only a bandana around his face because U.S. officials said the air was safe.
But when they made the decision that after 2 weeks I'll be digging on that pile for 4 months later, you know, that wasn't life. That was greed. Wall Street needed to be opened.
The father of 3 sold his home to pay for the medical bills the government refused to cover, subsequently seeking shelter at his father's home. He says U.S. leaders have turned their backs on the heroes they once promised to never forget.
Our families are not looking to put Mercedes-Benz on our front yard, okay? We're not looking to take European trips. We're not looking to bail out anybody in Wall Street. We're looking to take care of our families when we die. That's all we want. I want to die in peace.
With the little time he has left, Mike Valentine vows to continue fighting for the compensation he says all 9/11 first responders deserve. Marina Portnaya.